Ready, start. In the first instance, no material is produced before us to justify that aforesaid basis of the formula was adopted while issuing the notification. In the absence of any such material, it would be anybody's guise as to what bent in the mind of the central government is issuing these notifications and prescribing the service tax to be calculated on a value which is equivalent to 33% of the gross amount. Secondly, the language itself demolishes the argument of the Learned Council for the Revenue, as it says 33% of the gross amount charged from any person by such commercial concern for providing the said taxable service. According to these notifications, service tax is to be calculated on a value which is 33% of the gross amount that is charged from the service receipts. Obviously, no amount is charged and it could not be by the service provider in respect of goods or materials which are supplied by the service recipient. It also makes it clear that valuation of gross amount has a causal connection with the amount that is charged by the service provider, as that becomes the element of taxable service. Thirdly, even when the explanation was added by the notification dated March 1, 2005, it only explained that the gross amount charged shall include the value of goods and materials supplied or provided or used by the provider or construction service. Thus, though it took care of the value of goods and materials supplied by the service provider oblique assessee by including value of such goods and materials for the purpose of arriving at gross amount charged, it did not deal with any eventuality whereby value of goods and materials supplied or provided by the service recipient were also to be included in arriving at gross amount charged. A close look at the Finance Act 1994 would show that the fixed taxable services referred to in the charging section 65 clause 105 would refer only to service contracts simpliciter and not to composite works contracts. This is clear from the very language of section 65 clause 105, which defines taxable service as any service provided. Further, while referring to exemption notifications, it observed, since the levy itself of service tax has been found to be non-existent, no question of any exemption would arise. It is clear from the above that the service tax is to be levied in respect of taxable services and for the purpose of arriving at 33% of the gross amount charged, unless value of some goods materials is specifically included by the legislature that cannot be added. It is to be borne in mind that the notifications in questions are exemption notifications which have been issued under Section 93 of the Act. As per Section 93, the central government is empowered to grant exemption from the levy of service tax either wholly or partly, which is leviable on any taxable service defined in any of subclasses of Clause 105 of Section 65. For the aforesaid reasons, we find ourselves in agreement with the view taken by the full bench of CESTAT in the impugned judgment dated September 6, 2013 and dismiss these appeals of the revenue. Stop.